Comrades, brothers and sisters. Until cancer forced him into retirement, radio journalist Roy Green hosted a 3-hour news and talk show which was heard Saturdays and Sundays. Like many of his loyal listeners, I planned my weekends around the Roy Green Show. Not that I really listened. Instead, I would spend most of the 3 hours arguing with Roy and his guests. Good times. But during the summer of 2024, Comrade Green and many of his listeners seemed convinced that Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives would defeat the Justin Trudeau government in the upcoming election. But Comrade me, knowing of Canada's entrenched anti-Americanism, and in particular the near-universal dislike of Donald Trump, wasn't so sure. As a result, I sent Comrade Green the following email. Quote, "Under certain conditions, I think it may be possible for Justin to win the 2025 election, perhaps with a majority. Said conditions, Donald Trump is elected president this November. If that happens, Trudeau will simply run against the Donald, and when he deigns to mention Pierre Poilievre at all, it will be to paint him as a MAGA stooge who gets all his orders from Trump/Hitler in the White House. I'm an immigrant from the United States, and I estimate that around 50% of the Canadian electorate suffer from Yankee-Derangement Syndrome and will vote for Trudeau as a way to keep Canada out of the clutches of the evil USA. USA. Anti-Americanism plays well in Canada, especially in the East. So if Donnie Two Scoops is back, Justin will be too. Canadians are that stupid. Enjoy the decline." End of quote. The upshot of all this was that Comrade Green had me on his program and interviewed me under a pseudonym, and many of his listeners agreed with my conclusions. So what did I get right? And what did I get wrong? What I got right. The Liberals, with a big assist from Ontario Conservative Premier Doug Ford, ran against Trump and won. Elbows up. Trump may have poured oil on troubled waters with his tariffs and jokes about the 51st state, but even if these things had never happened, I think the Liberals still would have run against Trump and still won. The level of animosity many Canadians feel towards Trump is staggering and a little frightening. Mr. Poilievre might have made a greater effort to keep the focus not on Trump, but on the Liberals' decade of mismanagement. But no doubt any such efforts would have been met with cries of, "Traitor! Traitor! MAGA stooge!" What I got wrong. I was sure Justin Trudeau was going to run again. When he was first elected, I said he would be Prime Minister for 15 years, just like his old man. But for whatever reason, he stepped down, and I honestly feel he won't be back. I really think he's moved on. Katy Perry, eh? Alas, I did not foresee the arrival of Mark Carney, nor did I think him capable of beating Mr. Poilievre. But the fact he did shows the power of Yankee-Derangement Syndrome over the Canadian psyche. But back to the original question. Are Canadians stupid? I think the answer is that Yankee-Derangement Syndrome makes them stupid, that it turns intelligent and, well, educated people into easily led fools. Yankee-Derangement Syndrome, or weapon-grade anti-Americanism, works very well for Canadian politicians, since whenever anyone starts complaining about conditions here, they simply point to the U.S. and say, "Would you like to live in that awful place, comrade? With that awful orange man? No way, elbows down." The 2025 election wasn't fought on the Liberal government's record on the economy, healthcare, immigration, pipelines, etc., but over Donald Trump. Alas, our economic and social problems were made right here at home by Canadians, not Americans. And if American politics is going to be the driving force in Canadian elections, maybe we should join the states. Then our votes might actually affect who sits in the White House. Such are my idle thoughts, dear comrades. But, brothers and sisters, what do you think? Please share your dialectic in the comments below. And please like and share this video and consider subscribing to this new capitalist endeavor. See you down the gulag. I want top bunk. Top bunk. Comrade Warren, signing off.